Welcome to Season 4 of Casual Camping Podcast, your home for the best camping discussion both in and out of the field. Here are your hosts, Tim and Ade.
Welcome to this week's episode of Casual Camping Podcast. Where are we, Ade?
We're in the NEC at the Caravan and Camping and Motorhome Show. Did I miss anything out?
No, but there's also like boats and loads of other stuff here and there, which we're super excited for.
Yeah, one day is not enough, Tim. One day is not enough.
Well, we've got press passes because they've been very, very kind of the organisers in giving us press passes. We could come every day if you wanted.
I might do, you know. I think I came twice last year,
Yeah.
but one thing's for sure, there isn't a bigger show in the UK, and if you're at a loose end later on this week, you can still get tickets, you can still do that, and there's free parking, which I like something free, and while we've got press tickets, free parking's good as well.
We are tight-fisted Northerners, yeah. So we're here, and it's Tuesday morning. It's literally the doors have just opened, so we're about to go in. It's open until Sunday late afternoon. This episode's going out on Friday morning, so if you're listening, you've still got time to come here. It is the biggest and best public access show in the country, so you've got to get your ass here, people.
Yeah, you really do. And be very mindful that if you come and you buy a campervan, because you can buy them here, it is one of those places where you can't back out of it later on. So
Yeah.
Keep an eye on me, Tim. Keep an eye on me.
Yeah.
Laird has got that sort of campervan, motorhome thing, and there's some big ones in there.
There's some really big ones. Have you brought your credit card?
No, and I've taken it off my phone as well.
Really? From the man that doesn't trust himself. I haven't brought my credit card either, but it is on my phone.
Who am I joking? I got told to take it off.
Oh, God. No, I'm super excited. It's got every brand you can think of pretty much here. It's got little stuff. It's got big stuff. It's got massive, huge, massive stuff. And it's great. We need to stop talking. I just need to get in there.
Well, so we met up with Richard Marples, the fixer, those of you that know, and he's just let me know that Zempire are here. So 2 years ago when I first came, I didn't buy the chair. Last year, I went home and thought, you know what, I'll get a really bampy one from AliExpress, which was tiny. And so this year, I've just got to buy the Zempire chair. So it is going to cost me some money this time.
Yeah. It's I think I got a chair here last year, and I got the windbreak here last year. So there are some proper bargains. The show prices. It's just great. Let's say hello to Mr. Richard Marples, the fixer. Morning, Richard.
Morning, chaps. Morning, listeners. How are we all doing?
They can't answer you. They're listening at home.
I meant you guys, really, to be fair. But, you know, if you want to be like that.
It's the way we roll, Richard. Yeah. Wrong foot you at everything. I mean, we're wrong foot ourselves.
Yeah, completely. Are you looking to buy anything?
I'm not sure. I'm definitely looking to look at some accessories and things. I've got a tent that I need an interior for, so that's my conversation.
Fab. And an interior for the tent. That sounds like wallpaper.
No, it's pre-fitted to take a bedroom divider, but doesn't come with it. So
cool.
How about you, Tim? What are you looking for?
I am okay. So we know she's not listening, don't we?
We do.
We do know she's not listening.
Right.
I'm looking for a new tent. I'm looking for a replacement for the 3-meter bell, which is absolutely fine. But since it absolutely soaked me and was swimming in filthy muck in the Lake District last year, it's a little bit dead to me. So I'm actually, and I'm quite envious of your Airbeam really fast pitch.
Good, isn't
it? Yeah. So I'm in the market for a new tent. Who knows what we'll see? We'll exciting times. If she is listening, it's just a joke.
It's just for the show. Of course, I'll get it delivered to Ade, so she won't know.
Oh, Ed has given me this tent. Ooh. Oh, we've got this gifted from someone.
It's on test.
That's one I've not used yet. That's amazing.
We're giving it all away, but we're also giving it to you, listeners. Remember, you don't have to fess up to the purchases until the credit card bill comes in, okay?
Oh, we don't have shared accounts. It's fine. As long as the bills get paid, everyone's happy. Right then, guys, should we hit this mofo?
Woo!
Let's go.
Right then, Ed, we are on the Coleman stand with some very nice looking stuff, isn't there?
Really nice looking stuff. So we're just through the door in Hall 4, which is the main camping area. There are lots of other things to see, but we headed straight to 4. And the first thing that came into our view was the Snap and Go by Coleman.
And we're stood with Eugene at the moment. And Eugene works for Coleman. Eugene, tell us about this amazing new cool box.
Yeah, really, really, really cool box. A lot of reallys there. Yeah, it's
we love all the reallys. Don't worry.
Okay. So yeah, it's called the Snap and Go. So it solves a pain point of storage mainly. Obviously coolers are big.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people like myself don't have a place to store them. So yeah, we've introduced this for spring 26. So yeah, comes in 3 sizes. But yeah, it basically it's a hard cooler, but it collapses, and that's the main feature. So you get all the performance and benefits of a hard cooler, but then you get the functionality of almost like a soft cooler in terms of being able to fold it and store it.
Absolutely brilliant description there. We could not have done it as succinctly. It's awesome. And I had a go, didn't I, Ade, at folding it up. Hadn't tried it before. We have taken a video. We'll stick it up on our socials. How did I do?
You did really well. I mean, if we were doing like a speed test and stuff, I think you'd be up in the top 20.
Yeah, you really need to have like a little league table of people coming in today. But
like Olympics with like 100ths of a second between them and stuff.
I'm taking that idea for next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Make it a bit of a game. That's really eye catching. As soon as we walked in, it looks a really cool piece of kit.
Yeah.
So, is it just literally coming out this year?
Literally coming out this year. I think it should be available to actually buy physically in March.
Brilliant. And what's its price point?
So price points, we got 3 sizes. So it goes from 130 up to 190. We got a 35, 45 and a 55 quart.
Brilliant. And for a hard cooler, that's actually a decent price really, because hard coolers, they've got that like you say, they've got that better performance than a soft cooler. It's absolutely brilliant, and styling wise, it looks great. It looks really on point with sort of the cool, clean lines. It's no loads of sticky out bits, so it's easier to pack away when you get it in the car and stuff like that.
Exactly. I know a lot of hard work's gone into the engineering of it, a lot of development. So yeah, it's a fantastic piece of kit. Also, it's got a removable liner. So obviously that's going to give you your cooling performance. I think it goes up to 2 days cold. And that's probably what people need.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what most people are after. I really like the fact it's got a removable liner because you take your cool box home, you got to prop the lid open, you got to make sure it's dry. The last thing you want is sort of that horrible, mouldy, smelly stuff in there. Properly means that you are absolutely guaranteed to get this thing dry, clean, sterile again, ready for your food and your drink next time.
Exactly. I think, in terms of, the demographic that it meets, obviously, hardcore campers could go for this. But, people who are, just coming into the outdoors, maybe, just doing picnics, even for myself, going on holiday to holiday parks, that's perfect in the sense of I can have it in the car folded up.
Totally.
Get there if there's any shopping that we need to do, and, we've got places to be, you can open it up, get your gear in there and, ready to go.
It's also really good if you're going shopping and doing your supermarket shopping. Leave it folded up in the car. You put all your freezer stuff in it. It's if you've got a long journey from the supermarket, which not everybody lives around the corner from a Tesco Express. Yeah. It's practical everyday use as well. Really cool piece of kit.
Yeah, and a lot of the sites that I went to last year all have a freezer on site. So you can extend that sort of weekend kind of thing if you're going for a longer trip, where you can put your cool packs of ice, freeze them overnight, and just keep elongate it. So loads more sites are thinking more practically about what do campers need. And I think this is, from that storage point of view, absolutely brilliant.
Brilliant, really brilliant piece of kit. Thank you for speaking to us, Eugene. Really appreciate your time.
Cheers, Ade. Cheers, Ed. Rich, hang on.
Yeah.
I've got names.
Ade.
And Tim.
Sorry.
So we are now on Snow Peak with Felix. And you've got a new tent, haven't you?
We do indeed. So we're showing our land nest shelter here. We've got it set up with an inner room. It's also really good because you can take the inner room out and have it as just a shelter. Comes with some awning poles as well. It's a really nice, generous space. It's one of my favourite tents that we offer. And I think it's at a really good price point as well, which is £700 for the tent. We've got a show offer, which is a 20% off. But nice colourway, quite sort of muted, I'd say. Sort of what would you say it is? A grey?
Yeah, we struggle because we're both really colourblind. But I'd say it's like a grey taupe. But I could be completely wrong with that because I can't see colours.
I think that sounds about right. But it's I like the way it sort of blends in with the.
Yeah, it is actually a very different colour. We're standing in a massive hall full of tents, and you turn around and there actually isn't anything of the same shade, which is really nice because when you go to a camping field, you kind of want to see your tent. You kind of want to stand out a little bit, don't you?
Exactly. We've got a few sample tents as well that we're selling that we've used a couple of times for sort of camping events, and these are our older models, which are the amenity domes. So there's lots of goodies to swing by.
Yeah, so this episode's going out on Friday morning, so you've still got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to come down to the show and pick up some of these bargains. So I'm looking at one there, the amenity dome small. It's 310 down to 175.
So that's for a new one, but we also get.
Oh God! Wow.
Used for. Let's have a look.
Let's have a little look. He's getting the list out of his pocket. He's getting the special notebook out of his pocket. So nice vest, I have to say. £80 for the same tent.
One of these.
So lightly used. Oh my God, that's like a serious bargain.
Yeah. And these are amazing tents. But what Snow Peak have basically done is they've renewed the amenity dome small. So we've come out with a new amenity dome, which instead of this sort of asymmetrical porch, it's got a symmetrical porch, and then it's got within the door. It basically acts as an awning, similar to how our Alpha Breeze, which is another one of our tents, which I'm looking at, which is a standing tent, and this is all white, which is quite exciting. But so it's all about just sort of changing the older tents, renewing it, coming out with something else. But again, I've got the amenity dome small, the older one, and I love it. And so it's still an amazing tent.
Yeah, it's a great looking tent, really great looking tent, and that's an absolute bargain for a slightly used one. It's a bargain for a new one at 175.
And that's only available, that price, 173, is only available during the show. So, and then the same with the amenity dome medium for a new one. We've got it at 215. So
bargain, people, bargain.
Used one, so
yeah.
Come along.
What's the used one go for the medium size?
I think it's 100.
Blooming heck! Oh my God!
That's a decent sized tent for that price.
So any of our listeners,
larges as well.
Brilliant. So any of our listeners that say, "Oh, Snow Peak's a really expensive brand," come down, have a look at this stuff because they are selling stuff off at really good prices.
Didn't one of our listeners, Joe, come down last year and pick some stuff up?
Yes, yeah. She picked a load of kitchen stuff up. She was envious of your kitchen setup, and she's pretty much copied it. Which why not? It's a great kitchen as the Snow Peak stuff. This the land nest is absolutely brilliant. You've got, are they steel poles?
They are. I think they are. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'd have to double check.
No, it's okay. It's I love I mean, it really, really stands out as something really different. So obviously, there's a lot of air beam here. There's a lot of fiberglass poles, but a steel frame, external frame tent, and the tent is kind of suspended underneath it. Really, really stands out and looks really cool.
Yeah.
I really like that. It's a very different thing. It's not like anything else in the show, actually.
It's quite retro, but it's a lot of living space. You know, if it was one tent that you can just do everything in, whatever the weather, I absolutely love it. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, definitely having that combination of living and, shelter space is, great, really good.
And massive height to it. What's the internal height on there? It is.
Let's have a look. So it's
going to be around here. Oh, there we are. Because it comes in different
210.
210, which is great. So a couple of, we're all tall actually, apart from Richard. It's so that is a massive head height in there, and I love the fact you've got the kitchen already set up.
I've got some pictures here of how I use my kitchen at home and when I'm camping. So come and have a look at that, and I can show you how I use the products.
Fab. We'll take copies of those pictures if that's all right. We'll stick them on our socials so people can see it. But if you come down to the show over the weekend, come over and have a chat to Felix at Snow Peak. Thank you very much for your time this morning.
Of course, yeah. Come and have a talk, and we'll be able to explain more about Snow Peak to you all. So yeah, thanks for coming, and thanks. Lovely to see you again. There we go.
We are now at Zempire with James. How you doing, James?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm pretty awesome too.
We're in our natural habitat. We're looking at some lovely, great stuff. And Zempire, which about 2 or 3 years ago we hadn't seen over here. We've not seen in the retail outlets in the same way that we now do. And this show really introduced it to us, which is why we're back here.
Yeah, and 2 years ago I bought the Monster Mat, which is, I have to say, the best sleeping mat that I have ever had, and it's got my other half camping, so it means I'm camping more.
It is amazing what altering your sleep system into something that's a little more plush, a little less compromised in your sleep, and how often that will get you out camping. It's an absolute game changer for folks.
Yeah, it really, really is. I mean, we camp a lot. I've got, little tiny tents, big tents. I'm happy on a sleeping mat on the floor, and I can kind of rough it. But when your other halves come in, you need to bring those luxury things. You need to make it more comfortable, and that's what it did. It's great.
No one wants to go camping with their better half when something's been compromised, especially sleep.
Yeah.
That's when things get, as one mate said, feisty. So yeah, the comfort is key, but that's not a glamping thing. That's just an outdoor living thing for us, and we just refuse to compromise when it comes to that, and when it comes to everything that we do. And so that's probably our point of difference. So for us with the UK, this is kind of just the beginning for us. We're only going to grow as we distribute a little bit more, and as we get more folks here to understand our relentless pursuit in quality for outdoor living situations.
It is really high quality. We first saw you 2 years ago when we came. We saw you again last year. The quality of the tents are absolutely brilliant. It's for our listeners that don't know you, although we have talked about you several times in the past, tell us a little bit about Zempire, where you're from, and how you got to be here.
Right. So Zempire is based out of the Waikato in New Zealand. The advantage being that we deal with some absolutely just torrential rain. We get incredibly aggressive UV. It's always windy over, 40, 50 mile an hour winds. That's just normal. We get, we always joke about the old Crowded House song of, 4 seasons in one day. And so we make our camping gear to accommodate for that and for people to want to stay in those conditions longer. But we're the little company that got big. So we're able to adapt and make connections because we're not a big corporate conglomerate. We're campers. We're campers first, and then we learned how to design stuff to make our camping experience better. That's what Zempire's always been about for our 20-year history.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant. And that is the best way to develop it, and the best way to develop trust, really, isn't it, in the camping community? Because if you're campers making camping gear for yourselves, then other people are going to trust you because you're making good stuff for everyone.
Absolutely. I mean, the biggest thing for us is that we're uncompromising, but that's not to say that we only make high end. We try to make something for everyone's camping priority, hence even our new Shapeshifter series, which is a tent you can build with components depending on how you want to camp, as big or as large as you want, which is pretty unique. But it's always been about trying to find solutions for people's camping experience versus, what's the best or what's perfect. Well, that's relative to what your priorities are.
We all camp in a different way, don't we? So actually giving something that's not only functional, but you can develop it in your own way, like the shifter base, shapeshifter. I mean, God, I'm looking at it now, and literally you can bolt on and bolt on and bolt on, can't you, and make it what you need it to be.
Absolutely, it's basically a la carte. So I kind of look at it as, no two people might have the same kind of cheeseburger. They'll have different fillings.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. This starts with a sleeping unit, which either comes in a 4-person or a 6. We continue in that width all the way through that system. You then add a living room if you choose. You then can add an awning wall or room if you choose. You can then add 5 living rooms if you choose.
Wow.
Just depending on the size that you need. But the other kicker too is you can then add, if you want, another sleeping unit to the end, or you can have it closed face like a sandwich or open faced, depending on what your needs are for that particular trip. But the other cool thing is they all pack up smaller. So if pack size is a factor and you don't have room for the big 70 kg body bag, sweet, this will fit in the back of the SUV. So again, it just enables people to customize their camping experience depending on their site and their family needs a little bit more.
Gets you away from having to own 6 or 7 tents like I do, when you can literally own one system and you just take the pieces from that system that you need for that trip.
Well, and one of the things that we've always been known for, especially in New Zealand, is that our camp systems all connect. So it's not weird to see, 7 different tent setups all connected to one another. All we did was we did the same thing, but with a singular tent. So for that person who's like, oh, I could use like a medium for this trip, or nah, I need more sleeping area for this other trip. Okay, cool. All we did was cut the cake.
Yeah.
And just make it that a la carte so you can make it as you want it. Because you'll find that when people show you their tent system, oh no, that's the only way you could ever go.
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet. So make it your own.
Yeah, totally. And it means that you're not necessarily having to make that massive expenditure on the first thing. You can, when you've got a little bit more spare cash, you buy the next bit and then you buy the next bit.
Absolutely. So for us, for instance, with awning wall systems, not everybody thinks they need that big area. But then as they start to meet more camping mates, they need the party tent.
Totally.
Right? Sweet as. So you can start adding onto that unit. But you're right. It's as big as you need it to be. It's not over the top.
Yeah.
But in our most premium fabric that actually has the tear strength of canvas, but is a quarter of the weight.
Wow.
And 4 times more packable.
Brilliant.
In our most UV resistant fabric we have ever made.
Which is actually making it future proof, isn't it? Because, with global warming, even in the UK, I know we've got some terrible rain at the moment, but, our summers are going to get hotter. The UV amount is going to go up. So this thing's then got longevity, hasn't it?
That's exactly why we did it. We basically added another fiber that goes around our fiber, kind of like a sock around a foot, which creates shade like the branches on a tree. So it enables the tent just to be more comfortable. But again, you get that long-standing longevity out of it in a color that actually will never fade because we made the color all the way through the fiber.
Absolutely brilliant. What are you thinking, Ade?
Well, for me, they look so different. We're in a hall full of tents, the colorways, the modular design, and not every time you go camping is the same. So that modular thing, depending on who you're going with, how long you're going for, helps you adapt.
Stops you taking that really cheap gazebo that blows away in the wind, doesn't it? When all your mates want to get undercover somewhere, you've kind of got it as part of the system.
Old Steely. We love Old Steely. Everybody get on a quarter and hold on for dear life. Yeah, those are the funnest camping trips where all you hear is wham, 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 wham of Old Steely singing his song. Yeah,
God.
Hoping that it doesn't blow your way and ruin your day.
Yeah. Don't Mary Poppins me. That's all right.
Well, title of the show, Don't Mary Poppins Me.
Yeah, we'll all go together. It'll be great.
Oh my God. No.
Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant.
Great stuff. Is there a have you got show prices, special show prices going while we're here?
So the one thing with Empire is we try to maintain our price point. We don't actually inflate the pricing on our tents to kind of play silly buggers with it. Otherwise, if we had that room to grow, man, I'd be wearing way nicer clothing. But we are adding some incentives for the show and extra components to make life more comfortable. So in terms of like with beds, adding pumps to make that easier.
Brilliant.
We're adding with shapeshifters, maybe some extra sections to make it even more comfortable than you thought. But yeah, it's definitely a time of year where we're going to get you set up for the summer and then ship it out to you, so you don't have to carry it home, right? But to get you set up for summer early.
Yeah.
So that way then you can fall it all into place.
Absolutely brilliant.
And just to put some of that into, so the chair that I've been looking at, which I think retails for about $120 at the minute, they're doing 2 for £99. So there are some good prices still here. So
Yeah, it is good stuff, and this is going out Friday morning, so there's time for people to come Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and come and have a chat to you.
The other big thing for us is this is a chance to get into everything we make.
Yeah.
But also all of our tables are here, So come build your dream campsite. Come fill the tents with what your family needs to be comfortable, so you can figure out the feng shui of it, and then assemble that into a system so that at come Easter time, you'll be ready to go.
That's such a great idea, because you have got everything, and your tables are amazing. Your tables are absolutely brilliant. They pack so small. You've just got some great stuff, and it is all here. So come and play with all these toys, people, and see what you want to do. It's no, absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for talking to us. Thank you.
Oh, kia ora. It's my absolute pleasure, mate, and happy camping to you and all your listeners.
We are now, where are we, Ade?
we're at Camper.
Camper with a K.
Camper with a K, and some fantastic. This has been, so we've been edging around, but looking at the tents, and some great colorways, some great shapes, and yeah, I love it.
Really, really nice. We're standing with Rach. We're going to have to edit that bit. Although I just said we don't edit, so let's not. We're standing with Rachel. I'm terrible with names. I do apologise. That's incredibly unprofessional. But we are standing with Rachel, who's from Camper and Dometic. Introduce yourself, Rachel. That's going to be far easier.
Well, as we know now, my name is Rachel. I'm the campaign manager for Camper and Dometic. So Dometic is probably, I like to call it the mothership. So Dometic owns Camper. Me and my colleague run the marketing for that. And as you guys have seen, Camper has been relaunched and rebranded for 2026. So we've got a whole range of new products and a new look to us that is going to be in shops very, very soon.
It's a beautiful looking stand, I have to say. It's really, really lovely. It caught our eye, and as Ade said, we'd kind of skirted round and we were about to head down there, and I went, no, we've missed that one, and I need to go and have a look at those Stargazer tents because they look amazing.
That is one of our hero products, and I think my favourite. It's so cool. So we've got like A-frame tent, a simple clip-in. So once you've set up your A-frame, clip in the tent and you're ready to go. And as you say, it's a stargazer. It's got a side opening just so you can gaze at those stars. But yeah, it's definitely an attention capture.
Did you call it a hero tent?
Yeah. Oh, I spouted some marketing at you then, didn't I? So like you would have a hero product that is like it's the one that you know is going to catch people's attention. You focus on it and tell the story about that tent, and then you're hoping that people also have a look around the range and find the right one for them.
Yeah, I love that hero. Do you like that, Ade?
Yeah, I mean, it just is a lovely looking range of tents that, you know, at a tent show you see an awful lot of the same thing, and this looks slightly out of the box. It's just, you know, rethinking certain things. The colorways of the tents, the poles that they are, the poles on the outside. There's even a bell tent in, which you love, and the prices, I think, are absolutely great.
Yeah, they are. What's this tent nearest to us, just here?
That is a Mossbourne K. So just to cap on what you guys were saying, is we have tried to take as much tech and features and put them into these affordable packages, and we are aiming at that car camping crowd. So the Mossbourne K is is a great one for that. So it'll pack down into about 5 kilos. It goes into a little roll bag. It's to sling in the back of your car so it can stay there, not take up too much room, but be feature laden. So once you get that tent out and start camping in it, it's ideal and fit for purpose, but affordable package. So as much crammed in there as possible.
I think it's comparable. If you look at like an MSR Mother Hubber tent, you've got more space in this tent here. What was it called again?
That is the Mossborn K02, to give it its full name. So that's a 2-person version. There's also a 3-person version, which is wider.
Masses and masses of space in there. It's almost got a flat top to it because of the quite clever and unique pole system that you've got going on. The amount of space you've got in there is incredible, really.
Yeah, it's cool. And it's obviously got that nice little, the front porch is the same at either end. And you can have that 3-door configuration in any configuration. And you've got a little bit of protection from the wind for your cooking. And it's super easy to set up.
The sides are quite vertical as well, though, aren't they? Straight up. Loads of space.
No, I came to look at your hero tent, but that tent's really caught my eye. That tent you're going to see on the hills. It's that's a really, really usable. You could go as a couple, you could go as a family, and do a decent bit of hiking with that tent. Yes, it's not going to be, it's not a really lightweight, ultra lightweight hiking tent. You're not going to stick it on your back, but it's a brilliant base camp tent for people who want to get out there.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm just scrolling through my prices. So something like that. Now you're going to have to edit me.
Do the maths, Rachel.
300 quid for that 2-person. That's at full retail. 299 at full retail for a 2-person tent.
Wow.
And are you doing show prices if people turn up?
Yep, we've got a range of prices. So if you spend up over £750, then it's 15% off. If you spend over 400 quid, we're 10% off. And if you spend up to 400 quid, we're 5% off.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yet again, we've said it before, well worth coming to a show because you're getting unique prices that you're not going to find anywhere else. And you get to play with the products. You get to touch them. You get to feel them. You get to feel the quality of the material. You can't do that online.
No, exactly. And if you speak to some of our staff, we've got the product designer here. We've got everybody from sales to marketing. So you'll get some information about this tents that you just won't get when you just look online. So
totally. And it's lovely that you're talking about product designers because there's, we won't name any manufacturers, but there are some brands out there that are just buying stuff off the shelf and putting their name on them. It's lovely that this stuff is actually properly designed in-house. It's unique stuff, but you can talk to those people here.
Yeah, definitely. It's really cool. And the product designers and the team have worked so hard on these products and refreshing them for this year. So it's really great to see it come together.
Yeah, and really, really eye-catching. Are you tempted, Ade?
Yeah, I'm going to go and try out some more tents.
Me too. Let's go. Thank you very much, Rachel. Well, we've been here a few hours now. We've just needed a pit stop, and we've had a can of Coke and a massive, mahoosive pasty. How are you feeling?
Better for the pasty, to be honest, and the excitedness of wandering around as just came over all sort of faint. So it came at a good time. There's some lovely stuff in there.
There's some really lovely stuff in there. We've been here a few hours and we've done about 3/4 of one haul, and there are 4 or 5 hauls here.
Yeah, to be honest. Everybody stopped to talk to us. You've recorded some things, and we've talked to all the people that we want to do, and we're still in the tent hall. So,
which is it's our natural habitat.
It is. If you want to see us out in the wild, that's where we'll be.
We need to get cracking. We need to get back in there. I want to get right in the corners because that's where the unusual stuff is. The beautiful stuff's there right in the middle where the expensive pitches are, but the weird and wonderful stuff's out in the corners where they haven't had to pay as much.
Yeah, we've got to ferret. Oh, can't even say it now. It's that Coke. Ferret it out.
Stay off the Coke, Ade. Stay off the Coke. We are now at All Pro, and I'll let you introduce yourself and introduce All Pro to our listeners that haven't heard of it, although we have talked about you on the show previously because I am an owner of All Pro Table and I think it's cracking. But introduce yourself.
Good stuff. Yeah, so my name's Daniel Walton. I'm the founder of All Pro. We're 15 years old this year, and we make lots of really good campervan and camping equipment.
You make some cracking campervan and camping equipment, I have to say. It's just looking at your benches that are new this year. Tell us about your benches.
So a couple of years ago, we launched a range of bamboo furniture, things like camp kitchens and tables. They've been really, really popular, certainly for people that want something that's compact, lightweight, and really good quality. And this year, we've launched a couple of benches that go with the tables. And just, again, down the same line in terms of being really good quality, stand out as well, look different to what else is out there in the market.
Yeah, they really do actually, and they're surprisingly comfortable and incredibly stable. And you say lightweight, so I've got that table. You've got 3 different sizes here, and it's the middle size one. And I went through. I looked at loads of different tables when I wanted to upgrade my table. And what I liked about that was it is really lightweight. And it packs up to almost next to nothing. It packs up, much smaller than my camping chair. And it means it's easy to pack in the car. It's easy to take anywhere. But we also, now you'll like this because we needed an emergency table at Christmas. So we used that table at Christmas Day for Christmas dinner as well.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's as good as anybody's living room or dining room table, I'd say. Yeah,
it worked a treat. It worked a treat. It was very stable and it was absolutely brilliant. It gave us an extension to the dining table at home. We managed to get 9 people for Christmas dinner.
Not around that, Tim.
No, not.
What were you serving? Pigeon?
No, it was great. It was great. So why? So you say All Pro's been around for 15 years. How did you come to deciding you were going to start your own sort of campervan and camping equipment company?
So I was born in Sheffield. My uncle used to run a skiing and climbing shop. So I had like a massive love for the outdoors. You spend a lot of time in the Peak District climbing. Cool. And my first ever real job was working for Tosha in Sheffield. So sort of got into the camping world through that route and worked for a number of different brands. So I've worked with people like Outdoor Revolution and Maypole and whatnot in the past, being directors at both those companies. And it got to a certain point, I guess, where I'd been around the industry for a long time and sort of thought, we needed to see a little bit more difference in the industry, sort of things that really did stand out and were different to what was already available. And that's where All Pro came from. It's really about, I think if you see an All Pro product, you kind of know it's an All Pro product because it's different to what else is on the market. So that's kind of where we came from. And that's where we wanted to be. And it's taken us a few years to get there. But we've got a really good range of products now that I'm really proud of.
Yeah, it is great, isn't it? You were admiring the awning aid.
Yeah, I think the awning, which is on the side of a camper van, but it has peg-out points so that you could just have it to poles. It looks really different because it's got some bits that tag down at the side, so it keeps you a little bit more enclosed. It's got loads of peg-out points, and instead of guy line, it's got straps, which... we camped in wind last year a lot, and I was like, yeah, my awning sort of went. Something like that would really be a hell of a lot better. Yeah, really like it. But there's just loads of stuff here. There's a chair that's a twizzle chair, some different coloured tents for those that like to stand out on a campsite, and just some great prices. I mean, the benches are the standout thing for me. I saw them. They almost look like skateboards. They've got that little handle in them. So, yeah. I think there's just some great stuff. And what I do know is from all the different people we camp with, there are more of our friends. And whether it's that people see somebody using something a certain way, they go, that's what I'm going to go get. And so I'm recognizing more and more people's stuff as I'm here. So,
yeah, I have to say that when we camp in sort of groups, there's more and more and more people camping with All Pro stuff, which is, that's great. It's great for you. It's your company, but it's good stuff. It's that word of mouth is better. People seeing someone else using something that's really functional and actually works for the purpose it's designed for. Yeah. They then go and buy it, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I've never stopped being a user of our products. I'm a, I own a camper van. I spend a lot of time camping. I spend a lot of time in the outdoors. So all of our product gets used by not just me, but other people within the business. And so, yeah, it's definitely functional from that point of view. The Blanco is probably one of our products that kind of most sinks to that. It's a blanket and a poncho in one, and that came about because we all use blankets rather than using sleeping bags when we were out. And then we sort of thought this would be quite nice if you could wrap it around you properly. And so the Blanco was born. So yeah, I think that's where we are different to, not to say other people in other brands don't go camping. I'm sure they do, but we kind of really do live and breathe it. So
yeah. Which is good then, because like you say, you're testing your own stuff before you necessarily put it out to market, and you're testing to see whether it's working or whether it's not quite right, and you've got to redesign it. That gives you, because it's your company, it gives you the freedom to do that, doesn't it? You're not beholden to somebody else saying we've purchased these many thousand things from somewhere else, and you've just got to kind of push them.
Yeah, no. It's obviously the best job in the world for most of the time, to be fair. But we get a lot of pleasure from doing that. And then obviously seeing products on the market and people really enjoying it, which is after maybe 2 years of us testing it or being able to use it is also really nice. I mean, again, the Blanco, going back to that, has been a perfect case in point that, it took about 6 months, I think, for people to kind of get what it was. But we're 2 years into our product now and people just want new designs of it. It's a great product.
No, it's great. It is great. It's bright and colourful as well, so you can really see it. That's I do like that. I really like that. If are you doing sort of show offers? If any of our listeners are listening on when this goes out and they want to come down over the weekend and come and find you, doing any special offers?
Yeah, we always do. I think people probably rightfully expect that when they come to a show and they've made the effort to come and see us, they're going to get a good offer. So yeah, everything's on offer. Again, because we are predominantly, direct to consumer via our website, this gives us a good chance for people to come and see products as well. That's obviously more difficult to see otherwise. So, which is a good time to go.
And that's what we've been saying about coming to this show. It's the biggest sort of show in the country, really, in the calendar for anybody outdoors to come and actually get hold of products that otherwise you don't normally get to see. You don't get to feel the quality. You don't get to sit at a table. You don't get to sit in a chair anywhere else. It's great to come to a show and actually feel it all.
And speak to the experts, try out before you buy. We'll get their expert knowledge as well. I think that is, we've talked to so many people today, and I think just they know their stuff. They can give you advice about what would be best for you, and then being able to compare to things on other stalls as well. So, yeah, I think it's speaking to the experts that I think is really good.
Yeah. And the people who own the company. Thank you. Thank you very, very much for taking the time to talk to us today. Thank you.
No, my pleasure. Thank you.
Well, we're in motorhome heaven at the moment, aren't we, Ed?
Yeah, are we white trash? I think we are, aren't we?
We are.
Trailer park is what I'm after, but
yeah. Are you a rodeo girl going round the outside?
Yeah, and I can skip well.
Oh God, it's there's some money being spent here and there on some very expensive stuff.
Yeah, and we've said it before. This is the only place where you can see some of these things. And there are some terrific discounts if you're spending big, if you're after a motorhome, if you're looking to see what's right for you, because there are many different sizes, shapes, things. I feel a little bit like I'm lagging because we've spent so much time in the tent hall this time that actually we've only really just come out and wandered around a few little bits. But I kind of want to get back to the tent hall.
I know what you mean. It's nice to come and look at the expensive stuff. And, we're in caravans, actually. We're facing caravans, which, isn't necessarily our thing. It's nice to come and look at all of that. But tents are where we kind of belong, isn't it? It's... we're 4.5 hours into this show. My feet are feeling it. I'm definitely looking forward to a pint in spoons in a bit.
Ooh, Tim, now you're talking. That's just given me a second wind.
But you can say it's giving you someone else then.
Well, they don't wash the glasses in spooners, do they? Well, Tim, what a day. It has been a superb show. Different from last year for me in that we've not spent as much time around the vans, but I feel exhausted. I think we've walked miles. How about you?
Yeah, we'll have to have a look on our phones, see how many steps we've done. We have walked absolutely miles. It's been a cracking show. We've been here longer, I think, than we were last year on the first day. But we've definitely hung around much more of the camping hall than everywhere else. But not that that's a bad thing at all. It just, that's where we naturally gravitate to. It is great. There's some amazing stuff. So people can still come if you're listening to this as it's gone out live on the Friday. You've still got 3 days worth of the show left, so highly recommend coming and having a look and touching and playing and feeling and maybe even spending.
Yeah, am I winning on the spending thing? Have I spent £50?
You spent £50. I spent 14. I've got some Snow Peak tongs.
I got a Zempire chair. So, yeah, I finally got one after my misspent AliExpress small kids chair that I got last year. But it has been cracking. And I think, bearing in mind what we've always said, speaking to a lot of people who are experts in their field about their product has just been great. And seeing things set against other things, whether you're coming for a camper van, a caravan, a tent, an awning, a chair, there's loads here, as well as teas, coffees, and one heck of a nice Cornish pasty for lunch.
Oh, that was really nice. That was really nice. Yeah, we still maintain this is the biggest and best public access show on the calendar in the UK. So if you want to come, this is the place that you should be coming to have a look, because everything is under one roof and makes it really super easy. It is great. You get to have a bit of a play with everything and talk to the people who actually are experts in the field. So, yeah. Come if you've still got time to come. If you haven't, you've missed out. You want to come next year, you need to stick it in your diary, because it's well worth not missing. Well worth not missing. I did expect to see maybe some more canvas tents. There were definitely some more canvas tents here last year, but there's really only Hollowwild that are doing canvas tents this year. There's some great looking tents here, and some really, really fantastic new styles. But I haven't seen something that's made me get my card out my wallet. I haven't bought that new tent that I was secretly looking for.
Tim's still twitching.
That's because I've had rum.
Oh, God. Well, yeah, fantastic day. Do come down. And there's things like water sports stuff. I think you can actually have a go on a paddle board. I think there's a lot of stuff for kids to do. There's climbing walls, there's axe throwing. There's an awful lot going on here. And there's free parking. So, Anyway, let's go for a minute mindfulness.
Welcome to the Casual Camping Minute Mindfulness. Let the sounds of nature take you back to the camping field.
Ah, that's great. You see, it's even though we're at a show, we can try and inspire you to get out in the countryside and enjoy a little bit of nature. I I all I would sort of add to everything that we've already said. We're a bit gushing about the show, but it is great. There's tons of cooking here. There's lots of live cooking as well, and lots of live food tasting. There's loads of food stalls as well. And as I said before, I've had some rum because there's somebody giving out some rum at one of these stalls. So why not? Why not come round? Why not come round?
Well, I mean, that there in it all is a reason not to if Tim's had rum. But Tim won't be here for any other day, so don't be afraid, listeners. I think it's just been great. So, yeah, thanks for listening. I've been Ade.
And I've been Tim. See you next time.
Casual Camping Podcast accepts no liability and does not officially recommend any products or endorse any techniques discussed in an individual podcast episode or shown on Casual Camping Podcast social media accounts. Individuals should make their own informed decision and risk assessment of any products or advice prior to any purchase or use.